Messi tells Neymar his future plans. The Champions League is ruined by VAR. Kane and Lewandowski smash records. We've got a transfer roundup and today's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. So first off, and to Lionel Messi, who apparently has told Neymar about his future plans and said that the Brazilian should have come back to Barcelona. This after their crushing 4-0 defeat to Liverpool in the semi-final of the Champions League. Apparently Messi sent Neymar a WhatsApp saying that he should really return and that he's going to have to be the heir to his throne after Messi leaves in a couple of years. Could this really be true? Well, the story came out of France yesterday, and apparently the deteriorating relationship between the PSG director Leonardo and Neymar means that next summer, yet again, there will be more rumours and more talks about his return to the new camp. This is obviously something that's going to please Messi because Antoine Griezmann coming in this summer obviously hasn't pleased Messi too much. Their relationship on the pitch doesn't really be seeming to helping Barcelona at all, and it looks like Griezmann may be using a make-weight deal next summer. As for what it means for Messi after Barcelona, well, we're not too sure just yet. If this is true and he does leave in 2021, he'll only be 34 and there'll definitely be a few years left in him just yet. Of course, we've mentioned it before and he has spoken in the past about returning to Newell's Old Boys, but I'm thinking maybe a move to America could be the one for Messi. Anyway, moving on though, and talking of Neymar, he was involved in an unbelievable game last night between Real Madrid and PSG. Not unbelievable in the sense of footballing unbelievable, but in the sense of utterly ridiculous because of VAR. Karim Benzema put Real Madrid 1-0 ahead before an utterly ridiculous decision saw Thibaut Courtois sent off and a free kick given, before a penalty being given, before the red card being rescinded, before it all going back to a foul in the play earlier on. That was so ridiculous I almost couldn't get it out. Basically, Mauro Icardi was fouled by Thibaut Courtois and the red card was given. Whilst they were deciding whether or not it was a penalty or a free kick, they noticed a foul from Idrissa Gueye on Marcelo, which wasn't even a foul, and they brought the whole thing back. There needs to be a line, VAR. You need to say, this has happened in one phase of play and this has happened in another. You can't continuously look back for the smallest of fouls. That really did change the game. Well, I say it would have changed the game. As it happened, Benzema went on to double the lead before a stunning late comeback from PSG from Mbappe and Sarabia meant that it finished 2-2, but both teams are still safely through to the last 16 of the competition. In all honesty, Real Madrid probably should have won that game. They were a lot better, and if it wasn't for that late lapse, PSG would have been left empty-handed. Gareth Bale, though, almost did win it with a free kick in the 94th minute, and he hit the post. Can you imagine the scenes if he'd done it? I don't know whether Real Madrid fans would have booed or cheered or laughed or cried or anything. Literally, the guy they hate the most at the moment would have scored them a winner in the Champions League. Anyway, it didn't happen. As I mentioned, both teams are through. But on to more of the Champions League action from last night. Jose Mourinho made an absolute splash in the Champions League with Spurs as Harry Kane helped his side come back from 2-0 down at home to Olympiakos. Spurs eventually won 4-2, and when asked what Mourinho said at half-time to the team, well, he just said the journalists will have to buy the Amazon movie when it comes out next summer. Aside from this, though, the records were smashed. Harry Kane has now scored 20 goals in the Champions League, faster than any other player in Champions League history in just 24 games. The previous record was held by Alessandro Del Piero, who managed to do it in 26 games. Alongside this, though, Robert Lewandowski really stole the goal-scoring highlights. In that group, in the other game, Bayern Munich won 6-0 away at Red Star Belgrade. Now, it could have actually been 7, and Lewandowski could have had 5 if one of them wasn't ruled out from VAR. Lewandowski scored the fastest quadruple ever in Champions League history in just 40 minutes and 31 seconds and became the second player to score in 9 consecutive group stage games. For me, adding on last night's goals, there is no reason in my mind why he is a contender for the Ballon d'Or. I mean, I know the Ballon d'Or's stupid anyway. 1, because it's a personal prize, and 2, because it takes into account the back end of last season and the start of this season. Lewandowski didn't win the Champions League, nor did he have a particularly inspiring summer. In fact, Poland weren't really around in the summer to take part in any tournaments. But Bayern Munich did win the league. They did win the German Cup. Lewandowski scored a hatful of goals, and then this season he's got 30 in 24 appearances, and we haven't even reached the beginning of December. I'm not so sure what else you can hold against Lewandowski. In my mind, along with the likes of Sadio Mane and Lionel Messi, he has to be in the running for the Ballon d'Or. The other day, we spoke about Virgil van Dijk and his clean sheets, 2 in the last 23 games, and I'm not so sure that's good enough form when you compare the likes of Lewandowski banging in goals and doing what he does best. They've both got their own category of what they should be doing, and it looks like at the moment, although he's part of a bigger defence, Van Dijk isn't doing that. But away from that, we'll move on to a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news, where Eden Hazard's injury means means that he could miss El Clasico in a few weeks' time. Due to some investment from an American firm, Manchester City are now the most valuable club in the world. Zlatan Ibrahimovic will not be moving to Hammarby. Yesterday's Instagram post was just a sign that he'd actually become a part owner of the club. And Wolves manager Nuno Espirito Santo has been linked with the Arsenal job should Unai Emery be sacked after the next few games. So lastly but not least, we come to this week's great debate where our OneFootball newsroom pose a question to you guys. To see all of our answers, make sure you check out the link in the relevant article in the OneFootball app. But for the comment section, we want to know, what next for Mauricio Pochettino? Everyone's been talking about Mourinho, but what next for Poch? In my eyes, he's going to be moving to Manchester United. Now, don't get me wrong, he could move to Bayern Munich at the end of the season where he's pretty much guaranteed to win a few trophies that all his work at Spurs have deserved. But move to Manchester United makes far more sense. He's already got the knowledge and experience and the language nailed down from the Premier League. He doesn't have to go and learn German or learn about a new league. At Man United, not only will he have a brilliant young squad to nurture whilst getting rid of some of the older ones, he'll also be backed by the chairman. If maybe not with the best of signings, he'll still have some money to spend, unlike working under Daniel Levy. Pochettino, now the fact that he's a free agent will also mean that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is desperately worried for his job. Things can only get better for United. Ole improves and things go well, or he doesn't improve and Pochettino comes in instead. I can see the former Spurs man taking the helm at Old Trafford, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Of course, that's everything from today's daily news, so let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.